Welcome to r/MaliciousCompliance, where we share stories of people conforming to the letter, but not the spirit of request. And today we have 3 great stories, so subscribe, hit the like button, and let's begin. The first story: subcontractor tries to bill us for work he's not doing and wants us to do his job for him. The second story: boss forbade me to amuse clients, and they started writing bad reviews. The third story: A-Hat complained about his carry-on and told me to do my job. So I did and wasted his time. The first story is, CBA doing your job? No takebacks, a-hole. Backstory: so I've recently started a new job with a construction company. It's my job to log any issues our clients have, assign subcontractors, update the system on estimated completion dates, etc. But the contractor arranges access with the client. If they don't do the work, or at least don't give a good reason for the delay, in a month, it's my job to bother them to find out why and poke them with a stick to get it done. Anyone who's had the particular torture of dealing with contractors will know that 1. They don't like dealing with clients. 2. They do not like paperwork, unless it's sending extortionate invoices. 3. They do not work past 5 p.m./on weekends. Flash forward to today. Manager asked me to chase a contractor over a job outstanding almost 100 days. Last update was work to be completed the first week in December, having been pushed back twice in November. Client confirms that the contractor hasn't ever tried to contact her to arrange a date for this work. She is justifiably peeved. From here on, I'll be me. Contractor will be DB, dumb B, and client will be C. Me: hi DB, just after an update on C's address. Was she not in when you went round last week? DB: well, I only live around the block, so I drove round but the lights were off, so she wasn't in for me to do the work. Me: right, so you called ahead? DB: she wasn't in. Me: but you knocked? DB: there was no car on the drive, so she wasn't in. Me: but you contacted her? DB: she's impossible to get a hold of, sweetheart, nothing I can do about it. So at this point, I'm a little peeved on the client's behalf. This P is telling us one thing so he can bill us his hours, and the client is suffering. The client's been an absolute peach up till now, but is seriously losing patience with us. And this guy is trying to fob off the noob, me. Me: right, you tell me when you want to go around to complete the work and I'll contact the client to make sure you have access. DB instantly: new year. Me: fine, what date in the first week? DB: well, sweetheart, I don't know if you know how this works, but it's my busiest time of year. It's literally everyone's busiest time of year. You'll get there, but there's not a chance it's going to be first week. Me: it wasn't your busiest time in September when you accepted the work. DB: well, I don't know what to say, sweetheart, I'm just so busy. Me bashing my head on the desk: so exactly what date in January would you like? DB: let's call it the 11th. Me: fine, AM or PM? DB: well, actually, let's do the 12th. I need to get caught up on other work first, and you're gonna have to contact the client to confirm the booking today. I can't hold it on my books, I'm busy. So at this point, he thinks he's got me. If I can't confirm this appointment today, he's gonna book in something else, a colonic, a lobotomy, literally anything else, so that when the client calls back and that appointment is gone, I'm the bad guy. I glance at the clock. Game effing on. Me: AM or PM? DB: morning, it's a full day thing, so C will have to take the full day off work, if she wants the work done. Are you sure she still wants it done? Me: she has a hole in her roof. Yeah, she wants this fixed. DB: oh, and if she's not there, I'll be billing my time for attending. Me: fine. DB: and I won't be trying to contact her again. I've wasted far too much time on this already, and I've done the contracted 3 attempts. If she can't do the 12th, I can't do the job. Me: so, just to confirm, you want me to book the client in for January the 12th, AM? DB: yes, sweetheart, you do that. Me: not a problem. I'll confirm with the client and call you straight back. DB: sure, sweetheart, of course you will. Dial C. I'm in luck. She's still on her lunch break. Me: hey, C, it's me from company. Just to confirm, you don't work weekends, do you? C: hi, a midnight magpie. Nope, I don't. Me: awesome. DB will be there at 8 a.m. on Saturday the 12th. That work for you? C: genuinely stunned. How'd you manage that? Me smirking: well, DB isn't a bad guy, he's just so busy. He's really very sorry about this and asked me to offer you the date personally. C: well, bless you both. I'm sorry I got so upset. I know you're all doing your best, but I gotta live here and it's getting cold now. After a few more minutes of calming C and her actually apologizing to us over going to management, I dial DB. Me: hi DB, client's confirmed for the date appointment you gave me. DB: oh really? She could book the time off work in 5 minutes? Me, oh no, C doesn't work weekends. DB, what? Me, the client confirmed for the date you gave me, Saturday the 12th, AM start. DB, the heck you on about? The 12th is a Friday. Me, nope, it's not. DB, well call her back and cancel. Me, for a date you gave me? DB, yes. Me, for a date you confirmed? DB, yes. Me, you said that if it's not the 12th you can't do the job. All of our calls are recorded. You do the 12th or I'm contracted to cancel the job, hire someone else and bill you for the work. Also, it's been open over 3 months. You're contracted to pay compensation to the client for canceling an appointment for a date you've offered her. DB, send her the effing appointment confirmation. Hangs up. I hang up just as my workmates erupt into laughter. In 15 years, they haven't seen a contractor stitch themselves so well so fast. Enjoy your weekend, DB. I'll be thinking of you Saturday the 12th. The second story is, no more jokes at work? You got it, boss. A few years back, I worked the front desk in a small hotel, just over 60 rooms in a small town in upstate New York that you really only came to if you were visiting the nearby colleges or the Finger Lakes area in general. I'd been at this job for about a year when this story takes place. I'm a very informal guy in general, even at work. I'm still professional, of course, but I like to have fun. So when someone comes in, I would joke around with them, make fun of myself, just trying to make their day a little bit better than it was a few minutes ago. My thought process was, if I'm able to put them in a better mood, then they're more likely to enjoy the hotel and their trip in general. Also, it was more likely they would remember me and mention my name on a TripAdvisor review, which my bosses liked to see, as it showed that the front desk staff were making good enough impressions on our guests that they would remember our names. Anyway, so the day in question comes around in the late fall/early winter, and we aren't too busy. I'm working the 3 to 11 p.m. shift, which is mostly check-ins, helping alleviate any problems that our guests have during the time I'm there, and giving recommendations for where they should go to eat for the night and see in the morning. Standard stuff, really. This husband and wife arrive and check in with me. Smooth as butter, no problems with their payment information or anything. Give them their keys, and off they go to their room. I don't see or talk to them again until they come back down to the desk a few minutes later to ask me about local restaurants and attractions, which is where I made my mistake. The conversation went something like this. Wife, so what's there to do in this town? Me, completely deadpan. Nothing. I waited about 2 beats before laughing to show I wasn't serious and explained that I was just kidding around. The husband laughed, the wife kinda tisked, but I thought, oh well, you can't get them every time. I then handed them a list of restaurants and told them my recommendations based on what kind of food they were looking for, and what activities I would recommend if they wanted to stay in town, or if they were willing to drive a little to see some cool stuff. They both gladly took the info I gave them and went along their way. I didn't see them again for the rest of their stay. Coming in for my next shift after a few days off, one of my bosses told me she was very angry with me and told me to check out our latest TripAdvisor reviews. I did so and saw that a review was left saying that OP made this woman feel like a moron for staying in this town, because I told her that there was nothing to do or see, and that no one ever stays in this town if they know better. Which of course, not what I said at all. Fun fact, we still got a 3 out of 5 rating. The great thing about my bosses was, as overbearing as they were at times, they always stood by and believed their employees. I told my boss my side of the story, and she calmed a little and said, I believe you, but no more jokes. No more fun, okay? I don't want to have this kind of thing happen again. If you've ever worked in hospitality, you know how important TripAdvisor reviews are, so I understood where she was coming from, but asking me not to tell jokes is like telling a cat not to meow. It goes against my nature. But hey, she pays my wages, so I'll do it, which is where my MC comes in. For the next few days, I didn't tell any jokes at work. But to try and make it a little more exciting, I also spoke in a complete monotone, remained stone-faced at all times, and tried as hard as I could to make it look like I was having no fun at all, while still doing all the tasks of the job I had to, and being completely professional at all times. It only took a few more days for another TripAdvisor review to come in and say something to the effect of, hotel was great, but staff while professional is lifeless and seems to hate their strict working environment. This probably falls on management's shoulders, so I don't blame the staff themselves too much. We got a 2 out of 5 rating. I'm sure I don't need to tell you the end of this story, but guess who was allowed to actually make the guests feel more welcome by being fun and friendly again? That's right, this guy. And the last story is, just do your job. When I was a passenger check-in agent for an international airline, I've had the pleasure of meeting tons of people from across the world. Unfortunately, that also meant I met a lot of a-holes in my line of work. One of them stuck out in particular. When passengers come in from a connecting flight, most of the time they're not informed that they're transferring flights. This also means that they had no clue that they're flying with another airline with a new set of rules and policies. There's a lot of rules we have to follow. The most common issue we get is with carry-on luggage. Guys, I get it. You don't want to pay for extra checked-in luggages. You have very important things and you want to keep them on you at all times. It just seems ridiculous that airlines are being that strict about carry-ons and what you can and cannot carry. Trust me, I completely understand and I'm here to help. But not if you're going to be an A-hat. A-hat rushes right up to the counter with his two friends, who are also traveling with him. I notice they're coming from a connecting flight, and I begin to check them in normally. Now it's time to check their carry-ons. I weighed A-hat's carry-on and it weighed 11 kilograms. According to policy, carry-on luggages can have a maximum weight of 7 kilograms, but we try to be flexible. If a carry-on pops out of the overhead bin, it could hurt. Guess our company chose 7 kilograms as the cutoff point between bump on the head and concussion. Me: excuse me, sir, I'm sorry, but your carry-on is too heavy to be brought on board. It's currently at 11 kilograms. Is there any way to remove some of the weight? A-hat: what? Me: I'm sorry, sir, it's a safety issue. Your carry-on. A-hat: I travel with this bag all the time and I've never had this problem. Why didn't you guys tell me before? Me: I'm sorry, sir. Your previous airline has a different baggage allowance from ours. Is it possible to remove maybe 2 kilograms from your carry-on? I can let it go at 9 kilograms. He begins to angrily open his bag and remove some items. He gives it to their friend to hold. The bag is weighing at 10 kilograms. A-hat: well? Me: I'm sorry, sir. It's just a tiny bit over. Do you think you can remove 1 more kilogram? A-hat: are you kidding me? Unlike you, I actually have somewhere to be. You know, this wouldn't have been a problem if you just knew how to do your effing job. At this point, I've never been openly yelled at like this at the counter in front of everybody. A-hat's friends were actually pretty nice and tried to calm him down. Even my supervisor looks over to me with concern and sees if I need her help. I smile back to her and let her know I'll handle this. After all, the customer's always right. A-hat finally gets his carry-on to 9 kilograms. A-hat: there, are we done here? Me: I'm sorry, sir, but according to airline policy, carry-ons can only have a maximum weight of 7 kilograms. A-hat: what? But you said 9 kilograms. Me: I'm sorry, sir, but I'm just doing my job. A-hat: you... At this point, you can see him starting to become bright red in the face. Whether it be anger or embarrassment, I don't know. He holds his tongue and angrily removes items until the scale reads 7 kilograms. Me: okay, the weight is good, but I have to check the size. Then I took his carry-on and brought it to a mock carry-on container that measures its size. It did fit, but I had to do my job, right? Me: your bag did fit the model that we have, but I have to make sure. 1 second, please. I took measuring tape that we rarely used and proceeded to measure the carry-on's length, width, and height just to waste his time. Me: additionally, can you please answer the following security questions for me concerning your carry-on and checked-in luggage? By the time he had gotten his boarding pass, it was well over 30 minutes. He snatched his boarding pass and stormed off, screaming my absolute favorite saying. A-hat: I'm never flying with you ever again. The cherry on top? As A-hat walked off, I made sure he heard me say this to his friends. Me: oh, your carry-ons? They look fine. Here's your boarding pass and enjoy your flight. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.